white is so fine on you.
I know, right?
Just wait for the future. I'll bring my shirts back.
Ah, you dashed me already before.
That you can.
Ah.
Please, baby, you know what about
You
this
said
stuff.
it's tight on you.
You don't want me to lose weight. He's telling my way I'm still very miss.
I don't want you to lose
It's
weight.
been there. It's been there. Look at them.
But you like this your statue now. Why you want to lose weight? Because of
It's
shit.
my tummy. It's of shit. Jesus Christ.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, it's I again, Gift Ufoi, your favorite YouTuber based in Benin City, Edo State. I film about lifestyle, beauty and faith, so I would say you should stay tuned and watch out for my other content and videos because you're gonna love it. So on today's edition of our video, we have a returning guest. Wow!
Drum roll.
Yeah, and the returning guest on our channel today is the one, the only, the lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, please,
Yeah.
let's her introduce herself by herself, I beg.
All right, guys. So my name is Comfort Foibo, and I am Gift's elder sister. I think I've been here before anyway. So, so this phase is yeah. So I'm super excited to actually be doing this with her today. Although I'm not sure what questions she's going to be asking me, but I'm looking forward to answering them and just having fun.
Okay, so today we are going to be discussing peculiarities between a firstborn child and a lastborn child. So she is the firstborn of my family, of the Ufoi family, as you are aware. I think I said it in my first video. We are 4 in my family. I have 3 siblings. She happens to be my only sister in the universe.
The one.
I'm saying that again. Yes. So, and guess what? Guess what? She's 11 years older than me. Can you imagine? Like, just take a look at this beauty. Who would have thought? 11 years, really? So, because in our family, we're ever young. So I put down some questions and and then I'm going to be asking her some questions. I think I'll be answering some myself because it's a question for both first and last borns. So just do well to stick around. So please, if you have gotten to this part of the video, please do well to subscribe. You can wait for you to hit the like button, just because I know it's going to be very interesting. Probably at the end of the video you can decide if you want to now hit it or not, but please, I'm begging you in the name of God, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Please. Without any further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So our first question is so there's this myth here. People always say that firstborns, they're like an experiment for our parents, and the lastborns, they're like they're always soft on them and they get spots because they feel they're like, this one is the last born now, so oh yeah, anything goes. After all, I've used my first child as experiment. So what's your take on that?
I wasn't an experiment, please. I have to put that out there. Yeah, but I think I understand, that point of view. Firstborn being experiments in quotes.
Yeah.
I think it's just basically is the first child that the parents have to parent. So they are learning on the job, because at the end of the day nobody was born a parent, right? So they have to learn on the job, and what are they going to, who is the job? It's the first child. Yeah. So but I think I totally understand, because even in our own dynamics, it was something like that, where when I was, you were not born there, secondary school, of course she wasn't born there. That feels so good, But our parents were really, really very strict. My mom and my dad, my mom especially. My mom is a teacher, so she was really very strict on us. And I feel like when my younger siblings started coming into the picture, especially the third and herself, she kind of like calmed down, she relaxed, so like it's been said, the experiment so all of the trainings, and it was on us. Yeah, so I totally agree with that point of view. And but I think it's just the process. Parents just want to be parents, and they just want to do their best and give their best to their kids. So but then by the time they grow and see other kids and see that they have different personalities, they now try to adjust into how they can parent their child differently. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But for me, yeah, I feel that whole myth of the last born, because I'm talking from my own perspective of being the last born, I wasn't sports.
Yeah, no, when it comes to being sports, you were not sports anyways. No,
from my own kind of family background,
yeah, you were not sports at all. They were not as strict.
They weren't
as they were with us.
They weren't. Yeah, but actually, then again, emphasis on the I wasn't sports at all. I was not. Yeah. So moving forward, what was your reaction like when you found out that they want to give birth to me after many years, and you were the only girl?
I didn't have any reaction. In fact, I should have even been happy. No, it's not like as if I knew that they were going to give birth to a baby girl anyways, but I don't think there was no, as at that time, oh, another baby is coming to the family, fine. I think I was actually in secondary school, and I attended a boarding school. Or was I in secondary school when you were born?
Yes.
I was already in secondary school.
I think you just entered.
Oh, okay, I did. Yeah. So, and I was in boarding school. So at the end of the day, I really, so interesting. I think it was our brother, my younger brother, who is directly older than Gift. I think I was there, so I experienced his childhood more because I was in the house when he was born, and as a baby, him being taking his bath and as in being bathed. I mean, so I could see all of that process. But for her, I think I was in school. I was in secondary school, and I attended a boarding school, so I didn't really get to see some of her growing up. But we still had times where we were together. She will tell you the gist very soon.
Another fun fact. I'm always coming up with fun facts. This is our family. So while growing up, like she said, when I was giving birth to, she was already in secondary school, boarding house already. And back then we had we had two cousins staying with us.
Yeah.
So I used to think I used to think that those my two cousins, they were actually my sisters. And then this fine smallish auntie and young sister that used to come, she was my cousin that used to come to spend holiday. It was later on, I think she was already in uni. Maybe I had small sense then, and I knew that, so she's my sister.
Hello.
This fine girl like this. So I later found out that she was my sister, and then the other two I was thinking were my sisters, were actually my cousins.
That's an interesting one. And funny enough, I actually got to know this way just a few years ago. Yeah. Like when she said, I was like, really? You actually thought I was wow, that's interesting. But I think it actually just goes to show for me, I'm a parent now, so I think having to understand her point of view, not knowing that her sister was her sister, and then her cousins, thinking her cousins were her sister, I think I would actually want to create that very close-knit bond between my children. You understand? So that they don't feel that's we're close in our family, pretty close anyways, but then again, you can understand her point of view when she thought at that
we
point.
Just started getting close. If you see her shouting at me today, I think I'm the only one she shouted at in this world. Like, if you see her shouting today, I'll be like, it's me, I'm the one, I'm here.
Like, I'm just being casted the wall. I don't even have words to say right now.
Okay, so moving on, my next question will be, what was your biggest insecurity as the firstborn growing up?
Interesting. I really wish you had told because this person, I actually didn't know what she was going to ask me. I really wish you had told me, beforehand this question so I can prepare.
Sorry.
But I think it's good.
So
I think it's good. So insecurity, As the firstborn, I think I don't know if I would call it an insecurity, right? But I think I would say expectations. I don't think I was insecure as a child. Yeah, I don't think I was insecure as a child. Um, Maybe at a point in time, at a point in time, what would that be called insecurity anyways? At a point in time, I actually had a bit of low self-esteem, right? Yeah, when I was growing up, but I was already in secondary school as at that time. But then I had to outgrow it. I had to learn to be confident in myself. It took a while. It wasn't like magic or whatever. Yeah, but I think as a firstborn child, there was just the expectation of you have to do well. Your grades have to be very good. So my parents are science oriented, right? So it was just expected that, science, so it's medicine. You know how it is when you're writing jam.
Yeah.
And what course are you feeling? If you're not a medicine student, you should be a law. If you're not a law, you should
like
be
those serious professional
courses.
You have to be
a professional course.
Then back then, studying a professional course was 18. Like if you are going to a school, if I should spend my money on you in school, you have to study a professional course.
That's right. So for me, it was just the expectation of having to excel at at being a great science student, excel as a girl. And it was medicine, because why not? If you wanted to study, if I was in the science class, then it means I was going for medicine. And interestingly, that expectation was quite high for me, because I had to write jam a couple of times. I think I wrote jam 3 times, and I still never studied medicine and surgery because I wasn't able to get up to the cutoff mark for medicine. Yeah, so I had to go for medical laboratory sciences, which is also a great course, and it's also a great profession. But I think for me, it was just the expectation that was on me that, oh, you're the first child, so it means you have to deliver, you have to do well, because your siblings, your younger ones, are looking up to you. And so if you're not doing well, it means that you're actually setting a wrong path for them. Yeah, so I think for me it was just that. Then when it comes to insecurity, it was low self-esteem. Yeah, and I think for that low self-esteem, it had to do with I don't know, I was quite very timid and shy when I was growing up and in school, right? So I think that kind of like affected my confidence, so I wasn't so outspoken, and so to a very large extent it affected how I related with other people. Yeah, so I think those were the 2 basic things I would say. Yeah. Interesting. Wow, she's actually getting to know some things.
Very interesting. Okay, so okay.
I think this one is deep.
No, it's not so. It's not so deep. It's not so deep. I promise you. So the next question is, who's your favorite sibling?
Let me sincerely speaking, you know how they will say, no, I don't have a favorite child, or okay, I don't actually have a favorite child anyways, but I don't have a favorite sibling. But sincerely speaking, I think my favorite sibling would be Vision. Yeah, so that's the 3rd born. Yeah, Dr. V. And I'll tell you why. So growing up, right, I was quiet, and calm and very reserved, as a young child. But I had that tendency to, so I guess it was because it wasn't groomed, at an early age. But I know I had a tendency to be a creative, to be expressive and all of that. Interestingly, I actually wanted to study mass communication, but I didn't even voice it out, because seriously, I couldn't even say, because my parents were science oriented, like doctor, and so
that's one speck of being the last born. Because don't worry, I'll ask that would be my next question.
So I had the what do you call it? So I didn't have all of that. Because I couldn't voice out a lot of things, so just whatever I was told to do, I did, and I just took it in just like that, right? So, but because I had that tendency to be expressive, I loved creativity. I love being expressive. Just being you, someone who is just doing their thing. Yeah. So my brother, the 3rd born, who is Dr. Vision, is that kind of person. So my immediate younger brother is the quiet and reserved type, so he was not my kind of person at all. It's not, I didn't feel his vibe, but he was just calm like me and all that. But me, because I had that tendency to actually just
you were seeing someone that was helping you,
do you get
like express the way you actually wanted to be, like you want to express
Vision
yourself.
Is bold, he's daring, he's a go-getter, like bring it on. You know, so I was just like, oh, this is it for me. And so I think to an extent,
it's my channel. Please, it's my channel.
Watch this. So I think to a large extent, he became like, you know, I was vibing with it. And maybe because she was the last child.
Funny enough, you know, so he's also my favorite sibling.
They're actually twins. So we actually call them twinnies.
But her reason is different from mine. Like, he was the closest age range person to me while growing up. So we had our fights, we had our settlements, and it was just so interesting to grow together with him.
So true.
Although
there was a gap between the second and the third child.
Yes.
Yeah, so that gap, second and third, then third and fourth were
a little bit close. Not like we're so close, but then it was it was better off than the other ones. They were way older.
It was easier to
and the separation started off when he entered university. I'm never going to lie. Sometimes I'll be at home, I'll be missing him, I'll be crying. Like, oh, my brother, I miss my brother. I'm going to do WWE, WrestleMania with SmackDown. So, because you mentioned something from our last question, I would ask this. So, what was your dream job while growing up?
And interestingly, like I said, I really wanted to study. I loved, I admired people who I used to see people on TV and they're talking and, you know, just like having to speak Queen's English, or not necessarily Queen's English, but, you know, good English, and it's just flowing and they're able to tell stories and all of that. So I kind of like admire those kind of people. They're just beautifully well dressed. They were not in this office setting, strict, and I didn't want that very strict office setting kind of you know, career. But I just love the flexibility of being a newscaster. I didn't even know that you could be a journalist, you could be and then now in this our generation, social media and all of that stuff. So I did all of that wasn't even a thing at that time. But then being a newscaster and being a journalist was it, but I didn't even know anything about being about journalism, but I just knew that newscasting stuff. So but because, like I mentioned before, because daddy and mommy were science oriented, my dad was a doctor, and obviously first child, if you're not a doctor, you're a lawyer. If you're not going for a law, engineer. What I was again was professional, that was it, you know. So I had to just stick with medicine, and I kept on writing, and then so there was something that happened right when I was in school. I was in, say, maybe 100 or 200 level, right? So because, like I mentioned, I had that creative thing ongoing for me.
Is it that magazine stuff?
Yes. So that was like,
my sister so shaky. Sister, in a typical Christian home. No, you can't know.
So my cousin
what are you doing as a cover girl page of a magazine? What's that?
So my cousin was she was also in school, but she was older than myself, so she was attending this, like maybe she was already like halfway through her university education, and she was also like good with the whole writing, content creation, and you know, she's been in school for a while, so she had the experience of the social life and all of that. I was in 100 level, I think I was in 100 level at that time. So she called me like, oh, you have a very beautiful face, come and do face modeling for me, you know. She was writing a magazine and she needed like models, content and everything, you know, for that. I'm like, I'm in, why not? I want to be a model, I want to be that kind of thing. So at least face model, if I can't do runway model, I'll do face model. So, you know, that kind of...
when your mom and dad found out, they were not
happy your mom and dad. Okay, so when mommy and daddy found out, they were like really livid, and they were super angry about the whole thing. And I think it was at that point for me where I feel like that's kind of just kills my creative vibes. And so, you know, just focus on your books. You gotta read your book. It's school for a purpose. So I was just not into all the whole trying to explore my creative sides and I just focused on it. It was after school, or maybe about thereabouts. Later on in school, I started gradually becoming understanding, like, okay, I think I still have to stay and let me build this. So
okay. For me, Shami, I wanted to become an actress. And I was very bold enough to tell my mother. I really wanted to go into this. I just wanted to go into acting, and just be on the screen. But then she kind of like talked to me and she was like, oh, just try and get a professional course, like a certificate from a professional course first, then you can do whatever you want to do. But that was actually what I wanted. Yeah. So
you can still act anyway. It's not too late.
So yeah, moving forward, as an elder sister, were there things that you did that you weren't proud of and you hid so that your younger ones won't find out about and judge you with it? Me, I know, Sha.
What? I don't get it. What kind of, like, seriously? I'm sorry, I didn't do all of that stuff. I was,
funny enough, yeah. When I was growing up, remember the fact I said that I thought she was my cousin. When I now found out that, oh yeah, for real, she's my sister. Oh, to me, she was like a perfect creature. Like nothing can go wrong. Like she was seriously, actually. Like I felt like, oh, you were this very. So even then when I used to sit down, mommy and daddy, they're shouting and beating you. I'll be like, why are they beating her? What did she do? I would even be feeling bad for you, like, oh, why are they doing this to her now?
God, I'm not hearing this for the first time. I can't believe my ears. Are you for real?
My sister. This my sister.
What did I do? I didn't do anything though.
But for me, yeah, I'm not going to watch her dirty Linda in public.
So there's dirty Linda to watch.
But for me, I feel maybe she was not conscious of it. But I feel now that I'm older, I kind of like understand. I feel like you didn't want to say or want people or us, your siblings, to know because you felt like you are the elder one. Like we could easily misquote or misinterpret whatever you did, just like the way you were happy that you had a younger brother that was expressive and was bold enough to say what he wants and go for it. So you didn't want to give off that idea of, oh, after all, my elder sister can do this, so me self I can do it. So you always gave off that good modest elder sister vibe, like so that you set a pace for us, the younger ones coming up. But personally, as a girl, there were some things that I didn't know.
Oh wow!
And then later on, I found out that, oh, my sister did this. But I was happy that I actually found out when I was matured. Because if I wasn't, I would have misquoted it and gone haywire. Like.
Interesting. I think I'm actually enjoying each
example.
He says
my sister can travel for Africa. Jesus.
Where did I go to?
I just want to, but now we end there.
Okay, so I think I totally understand where she's coming from, and I would agree to that really, because coming from the background and family. Having like modest parents, moral upright, and you just have to do the right thing, Christian background, you don't want to flop, especially as an elder sister. And like she said, there's just that, and I think I mentioned that earlier on, that expectation of you are the first, you're setting the pace, you're setting the path. So if you don't do well, it means that your other siblings will not do well. So really, to a large extent, everything will be on code. But I think I understand her where there were some things that if she knew that she did it, she would understand that these things are not out of place. Do you understand? So we are trying to like find you. We are trying to there's a word I'm looking for. At that point where you're trying to understand who you are, you have to make mistakes, right? Learn from those mistakes, right? And then build on it and that kind of a thing. So why you're not seeing someone doing it and it feels like this person's life is perfect. So when you're making the mistakes, it now feels like you're the devil in the, you understand that kind of a thing.
Yeah, I get.
I think I totally get it.
And truthfully, I from another angle, it would have been best if you actually came up, like you opened up to me and said, I did this, but this is what I found out that
it's
doing
like
this
was not right.
Yes, it's not right.
The wrong part, and
because there are some things that I later found I had already done it, and then I found out, oh, my sister did
all the eats. People should ask her what the eats. She's talking, I don't know.
And I'm like, why my sister not tell me that? So that she will tell me, hey, this road that you're going to, there's a hole in front.
And I think it actually stemmed from the fact that growing up, we're not really very close.
Yeah.
Right? So because one, like I
also,
said,
the age difference was
really, yeah. So after boarding school, the next thing I went to
university, was
so I
still separated doors.
I think the only time where I had to stay home for a long period of time was that 1 year between finishing secondary school and going into the university. Right? Is it 1 year, so for even more than 1 year? It will be.
But
it will be more than 1 year. It's more than one. Sorry, yeah. It's more than 1 year. So that period is that, and then the age difference too would have also still counted. Yeah. So I think that also kind of like affected to a large extent. So I would feel like, yeah, but that's the thing to actually look like. That's the conversation that should be had. Like, how do older siblings, should I say, communicate to their younger siblings as per mistakes they made,
so they
don't have to go through that path anymore. Yeah.
Although there are lots of people that they don't want to learn by other people's mistakes, they want to experience it by themselves. But then again, when you hear or when you see firsthand some things, and you are there to feel the emotion and how the person picked up again. This one is not that somebody is telling you, I also, even with all these things I'm saying, I also got to witness some things that she went through and she was able to pick up again, and I could feel and understand like it happens to me. So just imagine if she also still told me some that I didn't witness, and I would have also been able to learn from such things.
So I think I totally understand that.
Yeah. So no more secrets. Is that a promise? You are laughing.
I'm promising ourselves.
Yes, you are promising ourselves.
Jeremy, pinky promise.
Okay. How often do we argue?
So I think interesting. So let's say 10 times. It will be like
8.5.
It's not that much now. Wait, it's just 7. What's the difference between 7
okay.
No, maybe like 6 and 6 over 10. Yeah, because now you're just that big sister vibes. I know what is right. I'm telling you, what's the other one now. So
even if what I'm saying eventually is true, she just wants to have that feel of what I'm saying also is still good. So
but I understand what she's coming from anyways. Yeah, but I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning to allow people not to impose my personality on
other
people. Because I think to an extent I used to do that. Firstborn traits. You just like, this is how it should be, this is the way it should go, do it like this, and So, but now I think I'm actually learning a whole lot not to impose my personality on others, and just let them be. Yeah.
Okay. What's the worst fight we have ever had?
Worst fights. I've never had that kind of bad fight like that.
Okay, it's not. We don't fight. We did not grow up in a family where we fight. But then, children will be children. I can remember one. We're still a long time ago. Things happened. I can't really remember what really happened that led to. It was not really a fight. It was somewhat like a tempo run. So I did something, and I'm the taller one, I'm the quicker one. And my sister was trying to catch me so that she can handle me. We ran. We ran around. Yes,
we
ran around the house a lot of times until you know that the ground is cemented. You now fell, blood was not coming out, and I was like, I could not still come close to you because I don't know that one you say catch me from far. I'm sorry, you were still shouting. If I catch you, see now, you have injured me.
I can't even remember that. I can't remember that story at all. But that's interesting.
But at least I learned that.
You learned what?
When next you want to pursue me, I should not be in sight so that you don't even fall. At least.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, but interestingly, she's the one who remembers like everything that's happened in the past in the family. I hardly get to remember some of these things. And when she's saying that, I'm like, this happened. I did it. Are you serious? I think she has a very good memory and very sharp brain. Yeah. So I
okay. I think this would be the last or second to the last question. I don't know. Right. So, taking now, like your experience now and way back, would you say you were closer to your siblings, like when you were younger, or now that you are grown up, or that we are grown up? So, what would you say?
Well, I think I was closer to my siblings, like I was closer to you guys when we were younger, because we were together at least. Even though I was in school, maybe other people were also in school, like my younger ones. But those times where we have to come back home, it's also, we had to create, there were memories we created, the bond and all of that. Where we go to choir practice together in church, where we would eat together on the dining table. So I think I feel like we're closer then than now. Now we are everyone is in different locations of the world. Some of us are married with our own family. So definitely when we get to catch up, it will just be when we get to catch up, it will just be like not necessarily having that very deep conversations, except maybe once in a while when it's we get to come together and stuff like that. Well, I think
I don't feel so. Because you see that's peculiarity. Because you were the older one, you got to see this for some years. Even when I was not around, you also got to see like you said about Vision, like you watched him grow and all that. But mine was, for me, I feel like it was short-lived. Because you're already in school. My brother, after almost immediately said he too entered school. It was literally just me and my immediate elder brother for some while, which was also still short-lived, because that one was like the smart book person in the family. So is it that he's going for one competition in this state now, or he's traveling to go and represent his school in another place even before he entered school. So the times we still got to spend together was not really like so much. So for her, maybe, but me, my own was short-lived, and then all the work. As everybody has left now. Oh yeah, give them a wash plate. Give them a sweep. Give them a wash. So yeah, but it was still interesting though. It was still very interesting. So I think I will just ask one more question, and this is a very funny question because I don't know where people used to see all these things from, but I will leave it for you guys to comment in the comment section. Do we look alike?
They say we do, but I don't see the
I don't see it though.
But people say we have the same
caramel
shape of face. People say we have, I don't know, but they say we look alike, but I actually don't see it. But another thing, I think we didn't mention that when it comes to our facial features or our skin colors and all of that. I remember you didn't like your color when you were younger, because she actually thought that because I was light I was light in complexion.
It's not like as if I'm dark,
You're not dark now, you're caramel, like you're chocolate, but she actually thought like the lighter skin was the finer skin color, like that means she's more beautiful than myself. And I was like, really? That's not true. I don't see brown skin girl beauty, Now she's now oppressing us with the brown skin girl bureau. Look at her.
Yeah, please take your skincare seriously, Don't go and be rubbing all these petty things. Just be true to your skin tone. That's what I'll tell you. That's what I will say. Don't go and be rubbing all those something white. White. So just stay true.
I think at the end of the day, people say we do look alike, but we have different skin color. But I'm actually very, very happy that she grew to love her skin tone, because then I said like, you're beautiful. I don't know why you think you're not beautiful. I would just be talking and she was like, no, you're the one that is fine. But I'm so happy that
small hype that somebody hyped you that you are
for me. But actually, I'm just happy that she grew to love her skin tone, and she's really doing amazing work with beauty, skincare, and and all that she's doing on this channel. So yeah, that's all right. But I'm super excited. Like, I'm happy that I actually did this. And for me, I learned something that I've never, a few things, not even something, a few things that I didn't even know about her. And it was an eye opener. But that's a good one. We will see behind the camera, outside the camera.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much. If you're still watching till this very moment, all you guys have like a special place in my heart. But please, you guys have to replicate this love that you have for me by watching to this end, just by clicking on the thumbs up button. Click on the subscription button, also just please subscribe to this channel, and also click on the notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified whenever I post a video. I hope you found this video very insightful and educative. So if you have a way older sibling, reach out to the person, reach out to your siblings. You guys should just drink some wine and have some little conversations.
We have wine here today.
Even though, regardless upon still, we'll have it later. So thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.